Malik Beasley, he been making the rounds right now with his sports betting allegations, betting on point spreads, betting on player props and everything like that. And he sounded like he in a lot of debt. So when I talked about it on the first episode, it's revealed that he owed a sports management firm about $600,000. But as the story continued to unfold, it got a little deeper how much debt he in. Now listen to this, bro. Outside the sports management firm that he owed, right? He owed Cairo Cuts, a barber based in Milwaukee, $26,827, right? He owed a dentist $34,390. He owed an apartment, a condo he stayed in. He owed them over $21,000, right? On top of some other judgments he had in court for $5.8 million. He had another claim for $1.65 million. So in total, it sounded like he had around almost $8 million of debt.
Oof.
So it was crazy because even the dentist situation, his wages are currently being garnished to satisfy the dentist and the barber payments. So that's crazy to hear that how much debt he in. What you think about this, bro?
First of all, we got to call him out of Malik Porter or Terry Beasley. First of all,
Terry Rozier cleared though. He cleared.
Okay, my bad. Hey, but he was on the fence for a while. But yeah, bro, I feel like honestly, bro, like if you making that type of money, I don't see why you need to be, you know what I mean, gambling, bro. Not, like that. Like obviously, like not on yourself. Like come on, bro. It's a way to go about things. I feel like he in the wrong, bro. He definitely in the wrong, bro. And especially, I don't know if everyone else or other people notice, but his dad is a big time actor as well, bro. So he come from money. So it's crazy to me to see that he actually going about, I guess he needed to still try to live as lavish as possible. I don't know, but it's definitely no need for him to be gambling on himself, bro. That's a no-no for sure.
Is this becoming a problem in the NBA though? Because like you said, this is another incident that happened over the past several seasons. Of course, Chauncey Porter, he was deep in the game, getting almost a lifetime ban from the game. Terry Rozier, he was under investigation for allegedly being involved in sports betting, but that turned out to be a performance thing. So do you think that the NBA is really dealing with a problem right now? Because the way they just partner with sports betting firms and the books and everything like that, is it becoming an increasing problem?
I think it is, bro. I think once you look at the temptation, you know what I mean? It's easy to think, honestly, it's easy to think you could get away with it as well, bro. So I think it is becoming a problem. I think the NBA, I don't know if they should cut ties with these sports booking agencies or whatever they're doing, or if, I don't know. I think what they're doing is what the best they could do is just coming on with, like, I guess, strict and harsh rules. If you get caught doing it, then you lifetime bound, you know what I mean? So that should be enough to steer a player away from doing it, you know what I mean? But at the same time, bro, the NBA, I think it is becoming a problem in the NBA for sure.
Now, I have a friend who used to work for the Charlotte Hornets a while back. He was telling me about the NBA security process. And pretty much when you work for the NBA, no matter what your role is, they do an extensive security check almost every month just to kind of check, make sure you aren't involved with no websites, no gambling, no other stuff like that. Just pretty much doing security background checks almost all the time as long as you're employed. But it's still slipping under the rug with some of these players, like even with Malik Beasley, right? Allegedly, if it's a situation where he really was betting on his rebounds, like that's a crazy thing to think of. You know what I mean? And, it's a clip that went viral of him playing for the Timberwolves and everything like that. And the point spread was at 9.5 and the game was like 11. And he sprinted down the court to get it down to allegedly cover the spread. But you make a great point about what's happening with the NBA. Like, when you in the bed with these sports betting firms and these companies and everything like that, it's hard to get out because you have the big personalities, the Charles Barkley, you have a whole parlay just named after him, the Barkley parlay or something like that. And you have all these other personalities offering opinions on what to bet on, the player props and everything like that. It's all over the place.
Right.
So I think at this point, the other side of it is that a lot of these players, they get a lot of threats in their DMs, out in person, even at games, talking about, oh, I need you to get one more rebound or one more 3-pointer. And if they don't cover the spread, people talking reckless to them on the internet. Like you saw this with KD. KD had to tell people, F your parlays. I don't care about that. So how can the NBA, just not even the NBA, but how can sports organizations and sports leagues get a control of this? Because I feel like we ain't even see the worst of this yet.
Possibly, bro. I definitely think that it's definitely going to be an ongoing thing. And I think, if they don't nip it in the bud quick, they're going to be some more situations and scenarios similar to Malik Beasley, bro, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate that all these things happen, but it is what it is. But hopefully Beasley could clear his name, and hopefully, he don't got the urge to put in no more bets if he will not. And hopefully he can pay back all these people. Boy, that's a lot of money, dog. How you run up all that money at a barbell? That's what they want to figure out. What type of gut you was getting over there?
At a dentist, what type of teeth you got, bro? Like, you know what I mean?
He got them platinum veneers.
Like, gotta be, bro. It's crazy, bro, for sure. That's crazy, dog.